30 days, 30 videos, the first daily uploads of 2021. Watch me do awesome things, like ruining a strategy in F1 2020. Returning to Overwatch for the first time in over a year.
I'm ready to win!
Hell yeah, you gonna win.
Continuing the building of Bretown and City Skyline.
We got one house chilling. That's nice.
Or, if you're interested, discussing a bit of music.
I love the cover of it. It's pretty cool.
But of course, above all that, we're having some fun. Because why not? It's WCW's Wild June 21.
Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here, and it is time to review the Styrian Grand Prix. I wanted to actually get this video out a little earlier. Normally I put these reviews out like 12 hours after the race. I'm like, you know what? Let me record it right now. Just pretty soon after watching it. And what a race it was. Man. Dominant win for Max. My predictions. Killing it last few weeks. Yeah. It's been a fun race from that standpoint. I think overall it was kind of a race that was there. Probably more towards the bottom of races. Just as a fan of Red Bull, to see Max win by, however far ahead he was for... It says 35. Obviously, he was about 15 ahead when Lewis came into pit and got the fastest lap. But overall, that was spicy. Let's take a look here at the Styrian Grand Prix results. See what we got. So, Hamilton with the fastest lap. Driver of the day was Charles Leclerc with his impressive drive to where he started. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We'll touch more on that in a minute. But first, your normal podium was back in session with Max and both of the Mercedes drivers. Hamilton was struggling a second there for sure. There was a moment in turn 4 where his back tire went in the gravel, and I thought, this man's going around. But, of course, the brilliance that is Lewis Hamilton kept that car on the track and was able to continue to drive, but really nowhere for a while. The other thing I was a little bit surprised about was the strategy by McLaren very early in the race to just pull in on ours out of that battle for third, to just let Perez and Bottas go by. A little bit of a shame there for him. I think that could have been a little better battle. He could have maybe tried to mix it up, but McLaren was thinking, all right, how do we get points on Ferrari, and that's what I thought was the best bet. So we did that. Also, end of the race, Perez with his charge on the medium tires to try to catch Bottas. Very, very close. About half a second behind there, just a lap too short for him. Other notable things, Yuki Tsunoda getting a point. Finally, he's got points since a while. I believe since the first race, probably. Unfortunate results for George Russell, who was absolutely killing it at the beginning. He was up to 8th in his Williams, which in a Williams is very, very impressive. He was there in the points, racing pretty well, staying pretty close to Fernando Alonso. In the DRS train, he really wasn't losing or gaining any spots, and it was good, but they had some mechanical issues, which ultimately forced him to retire from the race. And also Pierre Gasly, who got crashed by Charles Leclerc, who decided he was going to smash into him and cut his tire. Again, Charles Leclerc, your driver of the day, who crashed into multiple people today. And, just, normal things that you'd expect from such an amazing driver like Charles Leclerc, of course. We get told all the time how great he is, and yet he's in 7th after hitting into people. Hit into Pierre Gasly, had to go get a new front wing. And then he cuts across Kimi Räikkönen, which ruins Räikkönen's race for sure. Räikkönen lost part of his front wing on that. He's able to, I believe, continue, but obviously it's going to affect the front wing either way. So the fact that Leclerc got driver of the day, people love this man for some reason, and I have no idea why. I'm not impressed by his driving at all. But yeah, that's our results. So looking ahead now, next week, of course, similar race, well, same exact track, but we're going with a compound softer on tires, which would be very, very interesting because Mercedes was struggling with the hard tires. And next week, the medium tires from this week are the hard tires. So I don't know. They struggled with those hards. I mean, you could see Bottas had his tires going apart. Hamilton was nowhere near Max, so I don't know. Take a look here at the standings. Max with 156, Lewis with 138. Quick math tells me that that's a gap. I don't know the math on that. About 20, right? Yeah, just about 20. I think it's 18. 18-point gap. There, Perez in third with 96. And Lando Norris still chilling in fourth, 86 points. Valtteri Bottas with 74. Then we got the two Ferrari drivers, Leclerc and Sainz. Gasly, then Ricciardo. We also got to talk about Ricciardo. He was moving his way up to the field. He was up to like 9th, I believe. I think he was right behind George Russell. And something happened with his car, and he just slowed down, lost a bunch of power, fell back to 13th, and then his car worked again. So basically all the laps, or all the positions he gained in the early laps, which is the best time to make up positions in a race. You're definitely not going to get 5 that easily at the, past lap 2. So the fact that he lost all that definitely hurt his race as well. Looking at constructors, big gap here. 40-point gap, Red Bull, 252 with Mercedes with 212. A little further down, we got McLaren with 120 and Ferrari with 108. And then AlphaTauri and Aston Martin very close there. Alpine 31 behind both of them. Alfa Romeo kind of leading the bad car group with 2 points. Williams and Haas each with 0. So, that's what we got. It's wild that we have cars with 0 points, and then we have cars at 250. Like, insane. Like, Lewis Hamilton doing his fastest lap today is potentially more points than Williams and Haas are going to score all year, which is just wild. But yeah, that's the standings. Very, very interesting race. Red Bull, of course, getting 3 in a row, or 4 in a row. Max getting 3 of the last 4. The other thing that was absolutely wild is, I remember after Spain, it was like, Red Bull's got to win. And now we're in a spot where it's like, Mercedes kind of needs a win. Definitely needs a win. Because they were going back and forth. We had Bahrain, Italy, Portugal, Spain. It was, 3-1. Max came back, got another one, so there was 3-2. And then pretty much after Monaco, though, it's just been Mercedes, making some mistakes, Red Bull being the team on top, continuing to, continue, continuing to build their points lead, and, continuing to have a consistent pace on the track as well. So, Austria next week, the Austrian Grand Prix. Same track, softer tire compound. I would not be surprised if it was more the same. By the way, that's for next week's race preview. Thank you for watching. This has actually been the last video that we're going to have that fancy little intro there, and I just want to mention that. FBCW's Wild June coming to an end here, so if you haven't checked out some of the videos, make sure you check that out as well. By the way, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.